Hey, folks, here I am. Once again, it's Saturday, and I'm live. So I'm just sitting here waiting for 4:20 to happen so we can get the show started. You know how that goes. Right, where's my cursor? Okay. Make sure I'm not going to do anything stupid here. I usually, so yeah, it's almost time. It's almost time. Get the show going. I'm ready. Just waiting for that happy hour, that moment in the day when I can get this thing sparked up. So it won't be long. It'll be 4:20 now. And then we can get the show on the road. Okay? Okay. I'm just waiting. I'm watching the clock here. Pretty soon it'll be 4:20. So then we can get the show started. So I'm just waiting in anticipation. I'm just sitting here. Hey, happy 4:20. Spark this thing up. Oh, yeah. First one of the day. Oh, yeah. I needed this. That's a paper cough. That's not weed. Oh, yeah. That's weed. Yeah. Alvin Bragg, the new New York City District Attorney, who replaced Cyrus Vance. I should go back. Mark Pomerantz, one of the New York City's top prosecutors, has resigned. Because Alvin Bragg, the new New York City District Attorney, who replaced Cyrus Vance, is no longer pursuing prosecution of the orange guy. He claims he's still investigating, but he started returning evidence. Not something you do in the middle of a prosecution. Not something you do in the middle of an investigation. You don't start returning evidence. Okay. Cy Vance said before leaving office that they had enough evidence to charge Trump. Pomerantz claimed in his resignation letter that he believed that Trump had committed felony offenses, and that Bragg, he was frustrated over Bragg's disagreement with him. And Pomerantz is an experienced prosecutor who successfully prosecuted John Gotti. So he pretty much knows what he's fucking talking about. But I think somebody got the Bragg because he's dropping this whole thing. Oh, really? Right now? Right now? I just started the show. And you want to go outside? Hardly seems fair. I mean, seriously. It hardly seems fair. So, however she pronounced her name, Ghislaine Maxwell, she bid for a new trial, and she's been denied. She requested a new trial when it was revealed that one of the jurors had failed to disclose childhood sexual abuse during jury selection. When questioned about his omission in court by Judge Allison Nathan, he said he was distracted when quickly completing the questionnaire. In a 40-page decision, Judge Nathan wrote that the juror had appeared to testify frankly and honestly, and that she believed he was distracted and scanned the form way too fast, and therefore denied her a new trial. So that's what happened there. The judge said she believed the juror and that she wasn't going to give her a new trial. So that's the way that stands. So now, this is a cool story. A Chicago toy maker. Hey, dog, how you doing? Get this one. A Chicago toy store owner who likes to take Legos and turn them into other things decided he was going to raise money for the Ukraine by selling Legos that look like President Zelensky. He paints them up to look like Zelensky. He's also selling Molotov cocktails with the Ukraine flag on them. Tiny little Molotov cocktails. Not really Molotov cocktails. They just look like them, you know. Little bottles with rags coming out of them. with the Ukraine flag on them. So he's selling the little Zelenskys for $100. And he was selling the Molotov cocktails for $20 a piece to raise money for the Ukraine effort. Okay. And get this now. He raised $145,000 in just a few hours selling these things. Now, he can't sell anymore because he's run out of, this was just supplies he had in his store. And he's run out of Legos to make the Zelenskys with, and he's run out of the little bottles as well. So he's in a position now where he can't make any more unless he gets more from the Lego Corporation. Because apparently this particular style of Lego is no longer available from his supplier. And he can't get any more of the bottles either. But he managed to raise $145,000 for the Ukraine effort. So he generally makes things out of Lego that are rather bizarre for local toy collectors who are into collecting strange Legos. Okay. Like he made a thing he calls the cookie pusher. Okay. And he also put together a Breaking Bad meth lab, a Lego meth lab. Get that? So that's pretty cool, I think. He put together a Lego meth lab based on Breaking Bad, which sold quickly, by the way. But yeah, in just a few hours, he raised $145,000 selling these Legos to people all over the world, by the way, not just locally in Chicago, but all over the world. He posted them on the internet, and they went like crazy. In just a few hours, they were gone. So I thought we were getting a delivery. I think the dogs are pissed. I got to let them out. Okay. So I'll be right back.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So, this is the second year in a row that we've had a record number of tornadoes in this country. Severe storms are occurring further east as well in more populated areas. So at least 219 tornadoes were reported in the month of March. Typically there are 80. So in 2021, there were 191. So the problem is that there's a La Nina in the Pacific Ocean, which means there's cooler water temperatures around the equator. And the cooler water temperatures are what's generating these tornadoes. That and the bathwater temperatures in the Gulf. So between the two of them, we're getting a lot of tornadoes. And because the states in the Great Plains are drying up, those storms are moving further east. Instead of having tornadoes in the Great Plains, we're getting them in Tennessee and Alabama and Georgia and places like that. So in areas that are more densely populated. So we're in deep shit tornado wise. I mean, the number of them that we get, I mean, it's just phenomenal now compared to what we were getting just a few years ago. As long as this La Nina continues in the Pacific Ocean and it's recurring year after year, which is unusual. Generally, there's only a La Nina every few years. Buds, welcome aboard. So now we're getting them all the time. The La Nina is also what affected the Great Barrier Reef story that I reported last week. So this is not a good thing, what's going on. Wow. The wheat of the week is Goddess Train Haze, grown by dog. And of course, the seed came from Stony. I can't tell you the percentage of THC, but it's good smoke. I can tell you that much. And the wow story this week is that yesterday, the House passed a bill to legalize weed and to erase all the convictions for weed. Okay. Clean records for everybody. Now, it passed the House a vote of 220 to 204, which was almost along party lines. You had 2 Democrats that dissented, that didn't vote for it, but you had 3 Republicans who did. So it was carried. Now, unfortunately, it still needs 60 votes in the Senate. So the chances of it passing in the Senate are pretty dim. Now, this is the second attempt by the House of Representatives to legalize weed, the last time being December of 2020, when Trump was still in office. And of course, it never made it past the Senate. So we'll see what happens this time. But like I say, we're going to need all the Democrats and 10 Republicans to get this thing to pass. So it's not likely. So we'll see. But at least they're trying, you know? I mean, everybody's blaming Biden for everything that's going wrong in this country. And you can't blame him if he can't get anything passed through the Senate. You really can't blame him, okay? It's not like they're not trying. On May 23rd, a Trump-era border policy will end. It was a CDC policy to control the spread of COVID-19, which was used to expel nearly 2 million migrants from the United States. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle are having problems with this change because they're expecting a flood of immigrants to our southern border, which I'm sure will happen. But what you going to do, you know? I mean, we got all these people coming from the Ukraine, as well as, South America, Central America. So we'll see what happens. Now, this is an interesting story. There's a lot of oligarchs Russian oligarchs who are not being sanctioned. Okay, half of the 20 richest Russian billionaires are not being sanctioned. Okay. Now, the UK has sanctioned 10 of the Russian billionaires. The EU has sanctioned 9. We've only sanctioned 4. Okay. There's only 3 of them that are on all 3 lists. So, I know they keep saying they're sanctioning all these guys and seizing their boats and all that shit. But they ain't sanctioning a lot of them. Okay. Now, 5 of the richest that are not sanctioned anywhere, including the country's richest, Vlad Potanin, he's a metals magnate worth $30 billion. Buzz, I texted Pat, waiting to hear back. Oh, okay. Now, certain billionaires were not targeted for various reasons. In 2018, the U.S. Sanctioned oligarch Deripaska, who controlled the world's largest aluminum company. And what this caused was a global price in aluminum to soar. So you got to be careful, I guess. Hey, Stoney, I just read what the weed of the week was. And it's Goddess Train Haze, grown by a dog. And of course, he got the seed from you. So I told you it was going to be a special weed of the week. So I happen to be smoking some Goddess Train Haze today. Just so you know. Oh, by the way, dog, I was able to get, let me show you a picture. I was able to get 5 cones out of this bud. Here's a picture of the bud. Can you see that? Here's a picture of the bud. And then here it is, so you can judge the size. Here it is next to a deck of cards. So it's a big fucking bud. And that's what I'm smoking today, is some Goddess Train Haze from Stony Baker, MD, grown by the Dog Pound. Lost Dog grew this. So this is this was composed by 2 of my friends. It is a great taste. So they've been avoiding a lot of people in Russia that are wealthy. So I don't know how much of them are behind Putin in this. No, Stoney said you paid him. Okay. Well, that's good. So the complete map of our DNA has finally been put together. Okay. Since the first mapping of our DNA in 1985, 8% of that map was missing until now. This 8% will allow scientists to get the gist of the story of human genetics. It'll be years before there's a concrete payoff to this discovery, but those missing bits could offer insights into human development, aging, and diseases such as cancer, as well as human diversity, evolution, and migration patterns across prehistory. So this is some major shit. they said it was pretty much like if you had a map of the world and you found the continent of Africa for the first time. Okay. That's how big a deal this is. Even though it's only 8% of our genetic map, it's still a big piece. Okay. So you're getting high now. OPV owns. Okay. OPV. Anyway, that's it on the news. That was my final story. This let you ought to know that they've finally completed the map of our human genome. Orange pit viper. So, pretty great stuff, I guess. Whoops, my glass is too full. Made a mess. There. Mangalish is an Amazon goddess. Oh, indica or sativa. You got to increase the font size. There we go. 6535 sativa. Oh, cool. But that first story I read, that one pissed me off the most. That this new guy Bragg that took over from Cyrus Vance is dropping the Trump case. In New York. That's all this TV need is 65%. I like the 100% myself. But I mean, with all the dirt they have on Trump in New York, they're going to actually drop that fucking case. I can't believe it. Of course, he says they're still investigating, but that's bullshit. You know they're not. So it just aggravates the piss out of me that they'd let him off the fucking hook. You know, when they got enough for felony convictions on him, and they're going to let him off the fucking hook. Annoying, damn annoying. You know, seriously, that's damn annoying. There's no need for that. So, I mean, the guy ought to be locked up. No need to let him go at this point. I mean, Cyrus Vance said when he left office that there were, you know, there was enough there to convict him. And now this prosecutor walked off saying there was felonies. He's committed felonies, and they're going to let him go. You know, that's some bullshit there. He represents evil and contempt. Yes. I have nothing but contempt for this guy Bragg. Yeah. Unfortunately, he represents America. And this guy, Merrick Garland, better get on his fucking horse too. Start convicting people at the top instead of, you know, he always talks about how he's going to work his way to the top from the bottom. Well, let's start hitting some of these guys at the top and fuck the people at the bottom. they can wait, you know? I mean, all these minor crimes can wait. You got major crimes that were committed that need to be convicted. You know, like Trump. And all these congressmen were involved in this January 6th insurrection. You know, let's start fucking punishing them. Let's start at the top. You know, cut the head off the fucking snake. I picture Trump walking around the White House yelling, "Do it my way or else." Exactly. I'm sure that's just how it was. All the time. And I don't think it was any different than that any day of the week he was in office. Women had 5 fetuses, worked for Justice Thomas. 5 fetuses. I mean, his wife. Or she eat them. His wife looks like she could have eaten them. I don't know, that whole thing there with his wife. You can't tell me she didn't go home and influence her husband. They busted a woman and found 5 fetuses. Oh, shit. I thought QAnon was against that. Anti-abortion creep. Well, what's she doing with fetuses? She's anti-abortion. Those fetuses should have been alive. You know, she should have been taking care of them. See, that's the thing. People who are anti-abortion aren't willing to adopt these kids. Okay? They're not willing to take a baby home. It was a trophy. Oh, okay. You know, that's the whole problem. She didn't know where Carmen buys them. I see. Wonder if she drank the blood out of them first, you know? QAnon be pissed at her. Boy, I'm really raspy today. Yeah, well, you know, that's what they claim Oprah and them are doing. Drinking baby blood, you know. Only liberals eat babies. Yeah, right. Yeah, we got a hunger for that, you know. So I'm saying she shamed QAnon with them fetuses. Yeah. Yeah, I got a taste for a redhead tonight. I think I'll eat me a redhead. Kind of baby you got a taste for? Eat me some twins. Speaking of twins, I've been watching this the Playboy story. I think it's on Vice TV. And I don't know if you remember the twins that were centerfolds. Strama used to drink blood in the old days. Oh, yeah? Now, I guess, you want to. Paul Anderson made it popular. Oh, well, some people are just nuts. Anyway, do you remember the twin playmates? I think they were on that show too. They had that TV show, The Girls Next Door, I think it was called. Okay, well, this Playboy. This is an expose that's on now. The twins, yes. And anyway, they have this expose on now about what an asshole Hefner was, what a deviant and everything he was, and they're talking about him. Well, they have the twins on in one episode. They're like 250 pounds apiece now. Okay? They're enormous. Twin chubs. They still look alike, but they're like 250 pounds apiece. But they kept up with each other. You know what I mean? You know, one didn't stay skinny and the other one get fat. They got fat together. Yeah, 500 pounds a twin. They're enormo. But Hef did some really, really perverted shit, man. Okay? Really perverted and sick shit. Like, Linda Lovelace married this guy who exploited the shit out of her. Okay? After she did Deep Throat. And he brought her up to the mansion once, all fucked up, so that Hef and his buddies could sit around and watch her blow a dog. Hef was into everything. Okay? He was into snuff films. He was into everything. Okay? He's one sick son of a bitch. In fact, he knocked up one of the twins because he never used protection. Okay? He knocked up one of the twins. She had an abortion. Their first sexual encounter with him, he made them simultaneously blow him, forced their heads down to his 84-year-old dick. And they had been abused by their father when they were children. So, yeah, nasty is right. They'd been abused by their father when they were kids. So they succumbed to his forcing them. They felt it was necessary since they were living there. They were like 18. Some just have stamp collections. Some do donkeys. Yeah. Well, and I guess he knew all about Bill Cosby. What was going on there. Because he pretty much supplied girls for him to do what he did. You prefer just growing weed? Yeah, me too. So, yeah, he was one thick puppy. Because he couldn't get laid even in college. Okay. So he liked to demean women. Okay. Because he was not good looking. So until he started Playboy magazine, he couldn't get laid. So he liked to demean women. That's what he was all about. You know, he put up a good front, but behind the scenes, and these women, he was totally in control. They couldn't go anywhere without a bodyguard. There was a 9 o'clock curfew. Yes, exactly. I know what you meant. Remember? But he was really a sick son of a bitch. So it's really something. Yeah. Apologize for correcting yourself. hearing weird sounds today. Might be a mouse. I'm not sure. I hear something going on. That's what it sounds like, is a mouse. So I just don't know. I have a problem with mice around here. Tito's can't read comments unless she's spelled perfectly. Really? Koga too. I see. Unless spelled perfectly. No, I don't give a shit. Even my own notes I don't spell perfectly. So yes, they need to learn to translate. That's right. So it's so easy. Of course, I have bad eyesight too, so that contributes to it. Actually, I have really good eyesight. These are just reading glasses. And see, I had implant surgery. I had cataracts, and after I had the cataracts removed, they put lenses in behind my lenses. And I had great vision as a result. And then my doctor decided to move one of the lenses to correct for an astigmatism, and he screwed it up. Yeah, I do. I'm really enjoying this. It's so much easier than hair. It really is. It's just so much easier to maintain. And it's a lot less expensive because it was $50 a pop every time I went to get it colored and cut. So, if I can save $100 every 3 months, that's great. Every 2 months. I'm happy with that. So, of course, Shelly won't be. I haven't told her yet. So, you got to do your 3 o'clock walk. Okay, well, have a nice walk. And maybe tune in Tuesday. I don't know who I'm going to do. I did the cars this week. Oh, you were there, weren't you? Yeah, you were there. So we'll see. You know me, I never know. Have a nice walk. Love you, man. Take care. I don't know if anybody else is here. Dog, you still there? Butts? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, well, I'll just keep gibbering, see if anybody shows up. It's kind of a gray day here in Custer Park. We have rain in our forecast. It was supposed to be snow all day. They changed it to rain. So I'm kind of glad of that. Doing laundry. Oh, there's nothing funny about doing laundry. Yeah, I don't know where Buds went, if he's still there. Are you coming over tomorrow, Dog? I know my voice went away. I didn't know if you were coming by tomorrow or not. Not tomorrow. Okay. Then I can sleep in. You won't catch me by surprise. Like you almost did Wednesday or Thursday. Coming early. See, I think I have pleurisy or something. Got a pain deep in my lung. And I think that might be what it is. It's like when you tear your lung away from the wall of your chest. And I think I did that. I should probably stop smoking for a while, so I stopped coughing for a while and let that heal. It's hard to do. I think when you come over next week, we're going to make some caramels so I can use up those concentrates I have that are out of date. I'm sure they'll still work in edibles. I'm sure they'll still work, period. They're just a little dry, but we can still make a liquid out of them so we can put them in some caramels. That way I can get rid of them and make a batch of edibles. I think that'd be a good idea. But otherwise, but you could help me with that. Or actually, now that I'm steady with one hand, I can probably make them by myself. Wouldn't be that hard. I could do that. We'll see. If I don't have them made by the time you get here, then we'll make them together. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and make them. And then you can just eat them when you come over. That's a better idea, huh? If you don't have to make them, if you could just eat them. You know what that is? That's that stupid chime outside banging in the wind. That's what that noise is. That's what that noise is. Oh, I know. I'm so glad I figured that out. You know, I think I'm just talking to you. I don't think there's anybody else here. There's only one number up there. At least that's all I see. So, nope. You're not the only one in here? So I think Bud's went away. I know Stoney went away. That leaves you. So we're basically, I'm talking and you're texting. So we could do this and not be on YouTube. You know, although I can't text with you because you don't have an iPhone. You have a U phone. You can phone. So I'm confused. It's whether I should stay on the air here or if I should just shut things down. course, you never know who might show up. That's the thing. But, oh. Oh. Someone liked something here. I don't know. I got some kind of weird pop-up that I have to close. There. Just a second. Heading out. Okay. Well, I'll see ya. And if the number 1 on my screen disappears, then I'm going to just shut things down. Take care. See you during the week. Well, apparently I still do have a viewer. Well, wherever you might be, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, what would you like to talk about? Why don't you tell me? Wherever you might be. You're welcome to chat with me. Head on into the show. I'd be happy to talk with you. Or if you're just here to lurk, I'll sit here and talk to myself. I certainly hope we're not heading into World War III. Oh, they're gone. Well, folks, I'm going to end this. If there is anybody there, remember there is nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. And I'll see you next time. Tune in Tuesday for my music show, 4:20 Central. Bye.